Hello, everybody. Everybody, hello. This is Mickey Clayton. I guess I'm the host of the show. Man, how you doing there, Rick?
What's happening, my brother from another, always down? And Miss B, how you
Hey,
be?
how you
There
doing?
she be. Hey, is it another
I,
Wednesday? Feeling good? How y'all doing?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Man,
I'm
you know
doing
what that it's that time of the
yeah.
year. It's football time.
Yeah. Yes. Talk to me, Miss B. What you been up to?
Jay, just getting ready for football. Getting
That's
ready
all
for
right.
football.
I ain't even mad at that. I mean, it is that time. I guess it's week 0, so we got to get prepared for matchups and all that, all across the nation.
All
Yeah.
across the nation.
Coming
All
for you,
across the
Preseason
Carolina.
nation.
football has been good.
Huh?
I said I've been enjoying preseason football.
And what preseason football you enjoyed?
You been
Well,
watching the NFL games?
yes.
You hardcore, Miss B. You hardcore. I mean, because even this reporter can only take a few snaps of the preseason games because wee.
He said,
It's a play that's not suitable for TV.
He said not suitable for TV.
No, not even.
Man, I got something I wanna share with y'all. I'm going to put it on, man. It was really kind of special, and I know each of you have already seen it already, but I'm gonna show it to you again.
So far, I haven't seen very many changes. I think he's kind of keeping the thing going the way it is, and he likes what they're doing. We're preparing for him just like we were prepared for the former coach. New guy, hopefully he'll get nervous and jittery. They normally win in Thomasville. We normally win in Brooks. Thank God it's in Brooks this year, and we got to try to jump on him early and see if we can rattle them and him. Bring that helmet. Ladies and gentlemen, game of the week is here. Brooks County hosting Thomasville High. Brooks only lost 2 games last year as they went on to win the state championship. One of those losses was to Thomasville. INSiiGHTS is there. It's game time. Let's kick it off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Veterans Stadium. You got Mickey Clayton, the coach, but you got the real coach with me, Ben Tillman from Thomasville. We had to go over there and kidnap him and have his wife bring him over to the game because he didn't really want to come, but we had to go kidnap him. Ben, thank you. Welcome to being a part of the show.
Yes, sir. I'm so happy to be here. So what's a great game between Thomasville and Brooks County, tradition football in South Georgia.
Man, we were here. This has been our number 1 game. How long ago was that when your son scored the winning touchdown over here?
In 2017 and 18.
See, they remember that. They know the date and everything, boy. We'll talk some more about it, but you got to defend the state champs. Brooks County, coached by Maurice Freeman. They got a new coach, got an onside kick. They didn't want to kick to that kicker.
Yeah, we didn't want to kick that deep. They're a little smart right there.
Fair catch for the Trojans.
They gave the ball to Brooks County at the 40. That's a little unusual for the first play of the game there.
Yes, sir.
And your Trojans will start the season.
Really excited to see
from their own
what kind
37-yard line.
Defense we got this year. We lost a lot of players, and we're trying to make sure that hopefully we come out and be more aggressive this year. See that defensive back we got, little Evans back there at number 10. He's one of our senior leaders. I'm excited to see what he's going to do tonight.
You getting our insight straight from the man at Thomasville High. We got Brooks County. You know, they're on their Max Preps roster. They only had about 35 names on there, but I'm glad to see it's more than that on the sideline over here. There's Sanders, a honorable mention All-State quarterback. He breaks one off. He got the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 0, no flags on the field. And Brooks County scores the first claim of the game. We're 18 seconds into the game. Brooks County scores. They go off tackle and he breaks it and outruns them. That was the returning.
That's how you start a game, coach. That's how you start a football game.
On him.
You give him a short field to work off of, and then that's what happens.
That offensive line did a great job of clearing that side.
One play, 67 yards. Hello.
Touch when we wasn't strong enough, quite strong enough to make that tackle.
63
That was a surprising play. They scored almost 70 points last year here. Wow, he kicked that with room to spare. Brooks County takes an early lead in what Coach Freeman said was going to be a defensive struggle. Ain't no defensive struggle yet.
With 11:39 left in the first quarter, Trojans 7.
Very exciting game. Okay, very.
And they come close to touching him.
Jeez.
They didn't touch him going through the line. He juked the cornerback, and it was over with.
Wow.
And it was a good block. I don't know if it was a good block or if he blocked him in the back. But this wide receiver, or he might have been at the tight end position, came across and cracked back someone. And that because the defender was trying to get out to the quarterback on the end, he got hit. And it was nothing, no containment. He was able to get to the outside.
Man, I had to show that.
Yeah.
We had a rain delay. We'll talk. It was 21-0 when that came in the first quarter. Yeah.
Rain. Was that rain, coach, or was that lightning?
Well, I don't know. They said it was lightning, but I ain't seen no lightning.
Okay.
Thomasville help pay the officials so they could have a break. Because they were down there about to score. It was about to be 21-0 with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And they said, my partner says, that's a lightning. We get ready to stop. Now they got an alarm going. And in Georgia, they make the sheriff come over and tell you to get out the stadium. You got to leave, go to your car.
Wow.
And I said during the game, I don't quite have them all. I said during the game, Thomasville paid somebody for that. They were about to go down 21-0 in the first quarter to a team they had beat the previous year. But to their credit now, Thomasville came back and played much better after that delay. But Brooks County don't play, boy. They hit you. Hey, that's the best timeout they could get. They got about a half hour.
A new way of saying 30, huh?
Oh, yeah.
30 minutes.
Exactly. I'm sorry, Miss B. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying they bring the hammer. They were out there. They were full of energy.
Tell me about the crowd, y'all. Tell the people on the crowd, because just from that view right there, and for a preseason game or kickoff class.
No. It ain't preseason in Georgia. This
legit. That's legit in Georgia. Oh
yeah. Brooks County is 1-0 right now.
Oh snap! Okay,
they're 1-0 right now.
Okay. Well, never mind. That statement won't be made then. But I was still impressed by the crowd, though. That was nice.
Thomasville and Brooks. We tried to tell you last week. It's like FAMU and Bethune. It be on and popping in there, boy. They don't play that. They be in there. They be in there. You gotta admire that.
When they open the gate,
what'd you say, Ms. B? I'm sorry.
They're standing outside waiting to get in.
That's the way games should be. That's the way it used to be. Yes. I love it. And I hope that translates to the great state of Florida. These games here, because there's some exciting games coming up, and people need to see these kids. They need to see them, Coach. I'm telling you, because don't just sit back, y'all. Go and see them. Go see the future stars of tomorrow.
See, INSiiGHTS shows tomorrow, stars today.
Exactly.
Hey, can I?
Speaking of star, we showed Damian Will.
And I got some information here from the release from the Hall of Fame, went to the NFL Hall of Fame. So we've been on their press mailing list. They send stuff to us. I'm going to read it straight to you. Chuck Howley, Joe Klecko, and Ken Riley have moved to the final step in the selection process for the Pro Football Hall of Fame's class of 2023. A meeting of the Hall of Fame Seniors Committee concluded Tuesday afternoon with Howley, Klecko, and Riley emerging from the group of 12 seniors that were remaining under consideration as finalists for next year's class of enshrinees. That list at one point numbered 127 former players, 127 former players whose career ended no later than the 1996 season. It says Ken Riley passed away at the age 72 in 2020. His son, Ken Riley II, responded to the news of his father, advancing to the process with great joy. Oh, wow. Really? That is awesome. He said, I told my dad one day he was going to make it. Ken Riley played his entire 15-year career, 1969 to 1983, at cornerback for the Cincinnati Bengals. A quarterback in college could have said Florida A&M.
Could have.
He adapted to his new position as a pro remarkably quick, intercepting 4 passes as a rookie. He would record at least 1 interception each season, finishing with 65 for his career, still the 5th highest, tied for the 5th highest total in NFL history, and ranked second to Night Train Lane for those who only played one position.
Wow.
My man.
He came from 127, a list of 127. They will meet the first of next year to kind of pick the finalists. So all of that will be included in what they do.
Wow. That's pretty. Insights is everywhere. Insights will be there.
I found out that I thought that is a certain number of players that could be inducted any given year. But this year, I heard that the seniors, especially with the seniors, all 3 of them can get in if they're voted in by the committee.
I think they have to get 80% of the vote to get in, and it's a yay-nay vote.
Folks, I think it's time. I think this is the year. I really do. I've harped on Hall of Fame members who cast ballots. I've harped on them about this, and it's when I was covering the NFL, I was like, "What are y'all doing?" And one guy I want to mention, Ira Kaufman. He used to be with the Tampa Tribune before they folded. He always used to say, "Well, Rick, it's a process, and we're trying, but it's just a process." I said 65. That's all you need to know. 65. That's the process that you need. And I don't care what. I mean, this isn't like Little League or the Pee Wee football. This is the NFL. And he got 60. And they weren't even throwing like they're throwing today, Coach.
Right.
Miss B, they weren't throwing like that back then. So to get 65, 6'5". 6'5". Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man. But I just had to give you some more details on that when I got the correspondence from the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that was much needed information. Much we needed to hear that. Okay. And like I was trying to say earlier, I think Damian Pierce from Bainbridge. We showed him a couple of years ago when they played Rickards, and he went to the Gators, and he's expected to start for Houston on their season opener. I'm
He's the
sure that's
kid
going
we
to be.
talk about, Rick, all the time that had been hurt. And his first game back, they put him in against Rick because he carried the ball 50 times to 329 yards. And that game is up there on Insight's Game of the Week. It's up there. It's one of our classic games that's also available for those who watch us on Roku. But they can also see that game. Bainbridge, Georgia versus Tallahassee Rickards. Yeah.
Indeed.
That's
what's up.
We got a lot of comments over the last few shows we got. One of the comments that we got said it was good to see Insights at the game at Quitman. It said, thanks for what you do for area sports. Another comment was, the commentating at the game is hilarious. You guys are funny to watch. He said, goddamn you. G-O-T, goddamn, you got me going back now so I could see some North Florida football from Orlando. I love it. All I need now is some ribs, catfish, and cornbread. Listening to this love. Another one. What an awesome operation you got going on. Another one. That was a butt whipping. And first play from scrimmage, a quarterback sneak off tackle for a TD. Good show. They say you covered Central Florida by Tampa. What about Central Florida, Orlando Jones, and Miami Northwestern? Y'all gonna cover them too?
Ooh.
They said, by the way, your show was pretty good. You guys are pretty funny. He said, Maurice and you were pretty good too.
Okay.
Hello, Mickey. Another very interesting piece, brother. Keep up the good work. So we're getting comments from people about the show. So and we appreciate it.
Thank you for commenting and thank you for watching.
Exactly. Very good. Very good, Ms. B.
Oh, Rick, what's been going on with football in your area?
Ms. B, let me just tell you, last year kickoff classic, a lot of games got weather delayed or cut off a little bit, but still a few teams played. But this week is the week. This is where the toe hits the rubber for real. And we got a few good games coming up. We got Tampa Jesuit, defending state champions. They're traveling to Wharton. Why that's a good game is Wharton is up and coming. They had a lot of transfers coming in and a good nucleus returning. So that's going to be a good test for Tampa Jesuit just to see early on in the season. The game I'm looking forward to is Tampa Bay Tech at Plant. Now, Plant was down a little bit last year, but they're perennially a good team. And traveling to Plant is always hard. I remember my son's team, Wiregrass Ranch, played 2 times at Plant. And let's just say running clock couldn't get here fast enough for those games. Wow. So Tampa Bay Tech, though, was 1 game away. I mean, they were in the finals in the championship game before losing. They only lost last year. This game is a good test for them to start the season. And lastly, Armwood, who did make the playoffs last year, as we talked about, they had the ineligible players. They're traveling, not across the county, not across the state. They're going to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to play. And you know, anytime another team from another state comes in, it could be some shenanigans. Right. So I'm looking forward to hearing the outcome of that game. I will try to find that on radio or somewhere Someone's got to be doing something with that game. Hey, let us know on Insights. Let us know what's going on in there. Text or tweet or something. Let us know, because that's going to be good. And Corey Long is right. Was it Jones versus Northwestern? Yeah, that could be interesting. That could be interesting too. Good shout out, Corey.
I remember
Good call out.
I remember when Jones used to play Evans. They shut the area down, and it was always good in football and basketball. So, but that going to Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I wonder how they pulled that one out.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I want to give a shout out to Corey, one of our from our NFL fan segments, which we up to about 10 guys. We'll be talking on that Wednesday before the first game. But Corey, thank you for the information you passing on to us. It's some things that we need our audience to let us know about, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, CeeLo. That's my ace right there. Good dude, crazy. He's a Jets fan, and
at least he claimed his team.
He does. If I had a team, I would claim it.
Woo! Football is back.
Yes.
It's okay, Rick.
Can you smell it in the air? Boy, I can. And Hank's high school roundup is rip roaring and ready to go. At least I think that's what we're going to call this damn segment. Well, let's get right to it, gentlemen. It kicks off Thursday night as JP2 will take on Rickards at Cox Stadium. And since I'm the voice of the Raiders this year, I am going to always take Rick High. The action continues Friday night. Lincoln and Guyby, boy, they ain't waste no time in this long-standing rivalry. First game of the season. Head coach DeMario Jones coming in his first year versus Jimmy Tyson. Last week, Guyby struggled at Reigns, and Lincoln surprisingly went to Niceville and won the first half. So I'm going to have to take Lincoln in this one. The next contest up, Gadsden County traveling to Wintersville to take on Lowndes. This undoubtedly has to be a money game for Gadsden County, because why in the Blue Blazes would you want to go there? So I'm not going to say anything else about this contest. We'll take Lowndes. Next up, Childs traveling down to Wakulla, where it's always tough to beat the War Eagles. But I tell you what, Coach Pettis and his squad are poised for a fantastic season. I am going to have to take Childs. They got a strong running game, a really good offensive line, and that kicking game is dangerous. Everybody better watch out for the Timberwolves. Next game, Terrell County is going to come in and take on Monroe. Terrell County out of Dawson, Georgia. I don't know a damn thing about them, so I'm going to take Monroe. Then we got the Tyrone McGriff era, starting at Leon as they travel to take on NFC. Now, my daughter goes to Leon, so I should pick Leon, but I'm going to have to give Coach McGriff some motivation, and I'm going to take NFC. I hope he proves me wrong. Next up, McClay versus Deerfield Windsor. Once again, don't know a damn thing about either team, so I'll stay home and take on McClay. And in the Insights game of the week, the Thomas County Central Yellow Jackets taking on Thomasville High School in the Battle of the Rose City. Well, considering how Brooks County beat the brakes off of Thomasville last week, I'm going to have to take the Yellow Jackets. I tell you what, if a bulldog has 42 teeth, then Brooks County knocked every last stinking one of them out of Thomasville's mouth last week. That game can also be seen worldwide in 91 million homes on Roku Insights TV. Speaking of Brooks County, they're going to take on Wayne County, and you're not coming in to Quitman and beating Brooks. So I'm going to have to take the Trojans. On the college front, Florida State Seminoles will take on Duquesne, the Dukes. I am going to take the Noles. And my FAMU Rattlers going to the University of North Carolina to take on the Tar Heels. Now, we hope to shake up the world, but a betting man would always put his money on the Tar Heels. Too bad I ain't no betting man. Let's go Rattlers. See you next week.
Oh, Lord.
Your boy, Earl the Pearl Hankerson.
Earl the Pearl. Come on down, Pearl. That's what I'm talking about. Pearl, you seemed a little low-key this week, though, man. Where's the excitement, man? Damn, man. Bring it next time, Earl. Bring it. Mr. Man, can't wait to see you again, buddy.
Oh, Corey continuing to contribute to the broadcast. St. Joe's in Pennsylvania versus St. Thomas Aquinas.
Oh, the state matchups. Okay.
Los Alamitos in California versus American Heritage.
Mm-hmm.
St. John's Prep out of D.C. versus Chaminade.
Go get ripped.
DeMatha versus Cardinal Gibbons. He said those are the marquee games.
Is this basketball? I would pick my DC teams in basketball. I don't know nothing about those St. John's Prep, but I know DeMatha.
Well, let me say this now. Brooks was up 21-0. After that, they kind of played them even, but they were shell-shocked coming out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
They played a freshman quarterback. He came, but he substituted for a sophomore. He had a ninth grader, about 6'2", long, lanky, throw the ball 60 yards with a flick of the wrist. That kid we will be in a position to watch him improve, but I'm telling you, I'm going on the record that kid is going to be a special quarterback. That little ninth grader they have. So anybody who wants to beat Thomas County better beat them real soon. And after they opened up like they did, the defending state champions got way more pride than to let this thing get away from them this early in the season. They're not going to do that because they got a strong tradition. A strong tradition.
Yes, they do. And Brooks County was playing You Ain't No Trojan at the game. They would tell Thomasville because they usually say You Ain't No Bulldog. They were like,
and they do that song now.
You Ain't No Trojan. It was nice.
I said, look at them. They played it back when they did that thing, and You Ain't No Bulldog after they came from like 3 touchdowns back to winning the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Everybody, I had chill bumps. They would stand up screaming their butts off. That thing was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive. Man, we getting so many comments today, we can't hardly put them up there now. Of course, it's Broward versus everybody. Everybody. ESPN. That's pretty much true there. South Florida is their own entity in almost every sport, in basketball and football in particular. They're just a little different, and they're on their own down there. They're a little special.
They truly are. They truly are, and I enjoyed Orlando area football.
It's not uncommon to cut on a sports show today and see a Pam Oliver, Maria Taylor, or Tiffany Green calling the action on the sidelines or in the studio. But if it wasn't for this legend, who knows if we would have had the representation as we do now. Today, we shine the spotlight on a woman who was much more than a pretty face. On today's Remembering the Legends, we pay respect to my homegirl, Jane Harrison Kennedy Overton. Born October 27, 1951 in Washington, D.C., Kennedy Overton has been successful in mostly everything she's attempted. She was an actress, a model, a beauty pageant queen, an author, and many, many more things. Not to brush past those, because each chapter helped mold the person she is. But I want to focus in on her success as a sports broadcaster. You see, after Phyllis George left CBS's pregame football show, the network took a chance on the then Jane Kennedy. Her versatility, as well as her knowledge of the game, helped her overcome many stereotypes that women, especially black women, had to endure. Yet there she was each week, holding her own with the likes of Brent Musburger, Irv Cross, and yes, even Jimmy the Greek, getting us ready each week for the CBS Game of the Week. The first black woman to ever hold a national television role, and one of the first women to ever do it. Kennedy Overton's success opened the doors and became an inspiration to women of every genre. How bad was she? Think about this. She was the first black actress to grace the cover of Playboy magazine. Now hold up. Before you give me that look, she graced the cover with clothes on. There was not one nude shot in that issue, and it still sold out when it hit the stands. Now that's power. She often graced the covers of Essence and Jet magazines as well. Fortune 500 companies like Coca-Cola, Revlon, Reebok were all chasing Kennedy Overton to endorse their products because she was all of that. A pioneer? Did I mention she was the first black to win Miss Ohio? Jane Kennedy Overton showed that you couldn't box her in just because of her beauty. That is why she is a legend.
INSiiGHTS now has its own Roku channel. INSiiGHTS itself is a dream maker, providing a platform for content creators. Go with INSiiGHTS Roku channel into 91 million homes. We are strengthening our programs that will continue to educate, entertain, and enlighten our viewers. We will still feature youth sports, Mick and Rick, INSiiGHTS Magazine, Remember the Legends, and much more. Stay tuned for our creative content. Appreciate your support.
Jane Kennedy Overton. I never knew the Overton part, but I knew the Jane Kennedy part.
Yeah, she remarried. She remarried, but real special woman, real pioneer, especially in that genre, and she was good. I mean, she wasn't just a pretty face. I mean, she was good at what she did, and you had to be. And Coach Ms. B, y'all know, what did they say about us? We had to be at least 2 times as better than everyone else to get a shot. And she was, and she opened the doors for what we see today. Now we don't even think twice when we look on TV and see a Tiff or a Pam Oliver or Jamel. I mean, it's just like, but Jane opens the door, so had to do that.
Yes, especially, she did.
Especially with the, I was thinking 50 years of Title IX, and we've talked about that a lot here, and I thought it was special. I thought it was apropos to do something on her.
Okay, good choice, Rick. I have to give you that one. That was a good choice.
Some props from Miss B. Oh no, I know it's raining outside, but hold up. We'll make sure there's no lightning around here. Thank you, Miss B. Appreciate it. Now, if Dr. Miller says something nice, I'm out. I'm leaving, Coach, if Dr. Miller says something nice.
I know that's right. Well, tell me, Rick, who do you think will have the best football team in the state of Florida?
IMG.
Let me do it this way. I wasn't more. Let me have who has the best college football team. which might still be IMG, but
and that's the truth. Will it? Oh no, not even a question. It's going to come down between the Rattlers or the Hurricanes. I think Miami's going to shock some people this year. I think with the new coach Mario Cristobal coming home to his alma mater, he's going to instill what they're missing. I mean, he knows what the tradition is in Miami, and they have the pieces there, starting with their quarterback. So I think Miami's going to be a tough team this year.
But
I think is going to surprise some people. I don't know that we're going to surprise them enough to beat UNC, but I think that FAMU is going to be pretty good. And I agree with Corey. Corey agreed with you that he said Miami or UCF. No.
I think UCF dropped a little bit last year because they were the hype team of the non-Power 5 conferences for a while, and last year they kind of dropped back down. But I like to see them in the first few games just to take a look, because I'm not ready to put them up there yet, Corey.
What's your thought on Florida State?
It's just something. I mean, there's something missing there, Coach, and I'm very hesitant to say coaching, the head coaching anyway, but just something missing there. They don't have that spark that they used to. I still think they recruit well. They still have the talent, but just something's missing there, and I think they're still they're years away from being what they used to be.
I kind of agree with you there. It's just something about them doesn't quite do it for me. You know, I just can't put my finger on it.
Hey, Corey, put the Coca-Cola down, Corey. Put the Coca-Cola down. You on fire today. You on fire.
I love it when we get that type of response, boy.
Yeah. For y'all who's listening, who could be for y'all who's listening to us and not watching, Corey's like Mike Norvell, who's the head coach, is going to put him to another mediocre Mike Norvell, as he called him, 6-6, and that the recruiting is garbage under him. I don't know about garbage, man, because then you're messing with our homeboy Corey, Odell Higgins, who's still there and still doing some recruiting with them. So from Polk County, shout out to Polk County, all the people in Polk County watching. What's up? Hey, give me a game of the week. What'd you say, Ms. B?
Y'all in that Polk County.
Polk County, stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Coach. What? How you feel? What you got coming up for next week?
Well, one thing we got going on is on our INSiiGHTS magazine, which is completely different from Mick and Rick. You know, Mick and Rick is like, as somebody told me, I thought it was an apt description, said we remind them of their uncles sitting around the backyard chopping it up at a barbecue. And that's pretty much what we go for. But for INSiiGHTS magazine is a little more serious look at somebody who's done something of significance, a really important episode or time in history. But that person, this time, you know, we just did Title IX, 50 years of Title IX, but this person that we're doing the special on, we've already interviewed him, is Joe Bullock.
Oh, wow.
We'll do something on Joe. And the interview I had with him could have actually gone on 3 or 4 times as long. The stories and things that he's experienced. And you have to see the show when it comes out. Like we asked him, out of all the entertainers he's met, who was the one that made the most lasting impression? Each one of you take a guess. You won't be close.
Prince.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, well, neither one of you are close, but that'll be one of the things that he talks about on this show and why that was important to him and the story behind it. It's going to really be pretty interesting. We really enjoyed doing the game of the week with Coach Ben Tillman, a former head basketball coach at Thomasville High, highly successful coach at Thomasville High. It's interesting. Most people who watched the game said, man, y'all were doing good. Then they had that lightning, and we had a quarter where we just could not get the microphone straight and everything, and then unplugged everything at halftime and plugged it up again and got it going pretty smooth for us. So it took a minute to do that, but we ended up getting it going pretty good. But those are some of the things that we have coming up. We got some more people coming for, don't let me forget, the NFL fan day game. You know, that's the day we bring back all the boys. And if anybody's interested in representing a team, let me know. But we bring all the boys. We probably got about 9 or 10 of them. Corey is one. They come back, and boy, they don't do nothing but talk stuff about their team and about your team. It is one of our most hilarious shows. And we did our first show on it last year, and it was such an overwhelming success. People wanted them to come back. So we ended up doing something else for them. But again, Todd Lampley won for the most games he predicted correctly. So he's still riding that wave. He's like Maurice Freeman with the state championship trophy sitting in the back seat with the seatbelt around.
Yeah.
Lamb's gonna be telling that story for years. Oh, he's gonna be telling this. Yeah, back in 1935, they couldn't stop me. I was killing them. I killed them all. I beat about 100 games. They don't know no football. Won by one game. The game that I missed. One game. The game that I didn't even pick. That's how you won, Lamps. Let's keep it real.
Well, y'all know this football is getting ready to get started, which is why we just dedicated this show to it. High school's already started. Georgia started their real season last week. Florida starts theirs this week. You know, we've already picked out 5 games that we're going to do a game of the week with our schools that we've had established relationships, and we feel that we can still broadcast those games with no issue. COVID issues being in a place where we still feel relatively safe because COVID is not gone. No. And we just kind of excited about being able to do some of those games. Like we said, we've never done Thomasville and Thomas County, and we know that's an arch rival game, and we know they don't like each other too much. So we're really looking forward to that, and Coach Tillman will be with me again, and it was really nice doing the broadcast with him. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Hopefully, as we move forward next year, even if we can get him do some basketball games, that'll be even better.
Oh wow!
Okay. Who knew he knew football?
Well, he was a running back coach in high school one time. He coached his son.
Okay.
The son, he said, scored 2 touchdowns that night when they did the comeback.
Okay. Daddy taught him well.
Daddy taught him well.
Okay. So, well, you know, the MEAC SWAC game is what, Wednesday or Thursday coming up?
Is it in the middle of the week? Is it in the middle of the week?
I'm sorry. I'm looking. Excuse my notes. The MEAC SWAC game coming up soon. Howard is playing Alabama State and Alabama State.
I thought the MEAC SWAC Challenge game was held in Atlanta.
Well, according to what I was given, Alabama State will be hosting Howard.
I think you might want to check that one, Miss B. I think you might want to check that. I could be wrong, but I think you might want to check that one.
Would you like to bet on it?
Oh, Rick said, there they go already.
Don't do it.
There she go already, Rick. There she go already.
Hey, all right. Hey, all right. You can make it hard on yourself, or you can make it light on yourself.
Well, who is he talking to? Me or me?
This is what I'm gonna do.
And now it's about that time.
Pre-record on my count. 7, 6, 5, 4. Here we go. Roger.
With the coach, Mickey Clayton on INSiiGHTS. 2 eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS, where we always talk the talk. Stay up to date with the latest from INSiiGHTS. Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your support. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week is Friday. Thomasville High hosts Thomas County. It'll be on INSiiGHTS Roku and on INSiiGHTS YouTube. And the game that just finished playing last Friday is one that you might want to go back and take a look at. Please do that. I think you'll enjoy it. As somebody told me, said you could watch South Georgia football sitting at your crib. It doesn't get much better than that.
Mi amigos, Chile, Colombia. Hola, hola.
Stay up to date with the latest from INSiiGHTS.
Coach,
Visit our website at INSiiGHTS.com. 2 eyes in the middle. INSiiGHTS.
INSiiGHTS is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises. It is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. Comments of the host and other individual speakers on INSiiGHTS represent their independent thoughts and representation.
Represent the individual thoughts.
Represent the individual thoughts. Represent the individual thoughts. Hey, everybody, we'll catch you next time. We appreciate you.
Yo, peace.
Next week.
Good night.